Boom shakalaka, what's going on everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love, and I am joined today by Toya John from QLC Chain. What's going on, Toya?
Hi, very good. Thank you for having me, Randall.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here. We interviewed Susan from QLC Chain a while back. This was back when you went from QLink to QLC Chain.
That's
And
right.
there were a bunch of updates there, but just recently I see there's a whole bunch more updates going on with QLC Chain. So we'll get into all of those in a minute, but before we do, for people who may not be familiar with QLC Chain, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure. So QLC Chain, we launched the project in late 2017, and we are labeling ourselves as the next generation public chain for network as a service. By saying that, we have this latest update of saying like the public chain, which is launched just less than 2 weeks ago. We are getting ourselves as the first public chain has the telecom service capabilities embed. I can explain that further by saying that I mean like the public chain itself has the telecom resources capabilities. For example, it has the decentralized security features, it has decentralized billing features, it has the decentralized peer-to-peer addressing features, which supports IPv6, the latest IP address protocol. So that's what we are aiming at right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's a lot. And right now, there's really not that many competitors in the space.
We are actually thinking, we actually look at the market and see what the other projects are doing. But in terms of building the telecom services capabilities on the chain itself, we are actually the only one to do that. The telecom services, for example, the project that we're launching, which is the SMS billing platform, the service providers, communication service providers, they don't even need to build the smart contract for their businesses. Actually, our chain's blocks features has already enabled that. So in that ground, we are quite unique.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about that because recently you had a partnership that's pretty big that's going to help you with the SMS cloud communications. So what's going on with that?
So QLC has two business lines right now. One is for enterprise clients and the other for consumers. I will touch upon the consumers later. For the clients, we are partnering with one of China's largest cloud communication provider, whose name is Monet. Together, we're building this global SMS billing platform for them. What does it mean by global SMS billing platform? So for example, you're in Asia right now. By the way, where is your home country?
America.
America. For example, you are still getting this whether banking services or utility services, the one-time passwords from the US companies. But they are actually using a partnership in Asia, which the carriers in Asia, to send that message. So maybe every month, every quarter, they will do the clearance between carriers to carriers. And in this huge network, there is a third party who is helping them to do all this clearance, because they will, for example, get into the backend of every carriers. So they will onboard, for example, Tencent, Alibaba as clients to help them to send all these messages. So that's what this platform is for. And Monet is one of this largest third-party provider. So he has hundreds of thousands enterprise clients back in China. So we are building this platform so they can bring their clients on board, and their backend actually connects global carriers, including the ones in Europe like Vodafone, or the ones in American AT&T, and of course a bunch of those in Southeast Asia and Africa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was reading an article about it, and I was actually pretty surprised how it was talking about how even though most millennials nowadays don't really use SMS that much, they use it for verification services, and the size of the SMS industry is actually one that's growing. I was pretty shocked by that.
Yeah, it's called A2P market because it's kind of like one application to personal. the applications that we're downloading, and they also ask for verification code, or they're doing promotions reminding you, hey, we're having this kind of promotion this month, come on and join. So this market is actually growing exponentially during the past 2 years because of this OTT industry growing at the same time.
Very cool. Yeah, you got a bird out there now?
You heard the bird.
Yeah, I hear the bird. That's pretty cool. So that's Monet. So that's a pretty big partnership you have going on. What other new stuff have you got going on?
So other good news about Monet, I haven't finished it yet, is first of all, Monet and us signed a $2 million sales MOU. They're going to purchase QLC token because they need a QLC token they need to stake QLC token to get the gas, because they want to run the network, they want to bring the business on board, and the business actually consumes gas. So they will purchase 2 million worth of QLC in the open market. So that's a huge news for us as well. We signed the MOU already. And separately, we also launched this joint venture with Monet, and has an initial capital register as 100 million renminbi worth, called Monet Consensus. This is the name of a registered joint venture, Monet Consensus. So by using this company, we will sign the clients, like enterprise clients, on board to use this platform, especially of the SMS billing platform. One of the targets, initial targets, is actually the banking industry, because banks have this trouble. For example, if there is a scamming or phishing SMS that pretend in the disguise of a bank, saying, hey, your account is having some malfunction, click on this link, so you will do what? By using this global SMS billing system, it also has the feature of traceability, which of course people are familiar with, because blockchain is unique for that, right? Mm-hmm. So you can input the number and check if this short message is indeed sent from the bank. If it is not, it's a scam one. So this is the initial clients that we want to onboard from Monet Consensus, this company first.
Cool.
That's a whole package of the Monet thing going on.
Yeah, it sounds pretty big, and it sounds like it'll help QLC Chain grow because of the partnerships you can have through them.
Well, Monet is our starting point, and we hope, our mainnet launches in March the 31st. Together, this global SMS billing and platform, including the Explorer and the wallet, is also launched. So we actually have already started all this initiative testing with Monet, and hopefully after the results has been released, the functions being enhanced, we will start bringing clients on board. And also we can bring more Monets-like enterprises on board. So the third-party ones in targeting the other regions. So if someone is looking at this video and who are in this field, just get in touch with us if you're interested in this technology as well.
All right, awesome. Okay, so did that cover everything with Monets?
That's everything about Monets.
Cool. So another thing you have coming up is Confidant.
Yes, Confidant is what I previously mentioned, the consumer product line, business line, that we are actually selling directly to the consumers. What this is doing is quite simple. For example, what we are doing in terms of communication and online file management is centralized. For example, we are using WhatsApp, WeChat, Facebook, Telegram, even Telegram. It's encrypted, but it's still centralized, right? So we are actually building this solution with Confidant Station, the hardware, with Confidant app, the software. So together, we actually build the whole solution for this. You can chat on the chat with each other on the software, so it's completely decentralized, no central cloud, and actually your account will also be generated by yourself instead of like centralized. You will have an account distributed from Google or Facebook that you use. And also another feature that I want to highlight is the storage. So the storage, first of all, is encrypted. Only your private key can access to the file. And also it is on-premise storage. So it's all your files you shared is actually stored locally in the confidence station. So there are two features. You can use it as a private cloud to save all your important files without actually being centralized, given an account and a password. And at the same time, you can also chat with each other securely without having the opportunity or like hazard of being disclosed of information. For example, like the Bezos, Amazon CEO, his information leakage was kind of like horrendously unfortunate. So that's why actually, if you value your privacy, you should not chat on the public platform ever after, because malicious people, they will find ways to attack you unless you are actually secured by the very, very high level encryption at the same time a fully decentralized infrastructure. So that will keep you safe.
Yeah.
And this product we have already launched. This is the period of time we're recruiting the regional resellers. So if anyone who is interested in selling of this product and saying, hey, I'm well connected, and I know people around me who value their privacy and have the conscious, like building conscious of like, I need to own my data instead of like handling over my data to the big corporates. So get in contact with us and say, yeah, I want to sell 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 for the first month. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. I mean, I've noticed that a lot of people do really go towards the more private communications nowadays. Because like even before, people were using Telegram a lot because they thought that was private, but then I think that was purchased by Facebook, or no, WhatsApp, because they thought that was private, then purchased by Facebook. Telegram they thought, but now everyone's using Signal. So now this gives them another option for something to use to keep all their information private and out of the public's eye.
Yes, so it's we're actually quite glad to see this trend. People are adopting WhatsApp because WhatsApp is like known for the end-to-end encryption, and also the Signal, Telegram, the end-to-end encryption. That means people actually care about their message. We're not even mentioning WeChat here, right? So
I'm sure for an obvious reason we're not mentioning. Yeah.
Yes. So actually we are kind of like very glad to see this trend. That means people starting to care. But taking another step forward, people should start to care about the security of their account, because after all, if it's a centralized account, people still cannot avoid the man in the middle attack, meaning that the centralized issuer, if they are actually being sabotaged, there can be someone pretend to be you using your password and your ID to log in and get to see, because even if it is end-to-end encrypted, they can pretend to be another end. Mm-hmm. And secondly, this is also another step forward that we took, which is the local storage. We don't use the centralized cloud service to hold all of the information because for us, that is kind of like a hazard or mid, like kind of what's
vulnerability.
Vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah, vulnerability that people can easily attack. So we actually figure this station actually can be used as a network access station, which can construct a peer-to-peer network. Everything like transferred on this network will be completely decentralized. I'm chatting to you, this chat goes from my server to your server directly, and all the files goes to your directly. And also this station also serves as a storage place. So actually, which is pretty cool. you can actually access to your file locally without worrying about iCloud leakage or something like that.
Awesome. Well, it sounds very good because it helps. I mean, it's basically helping people with protecting their privacy. Okay, so that's Confidant.
That's our, yeah.
Do we cover everything with that?
Yes, we do.
Cool.
We do cover everything else. Yes.
Cool. Another one that I saw is pretty interesting is you got the QGAS token coming out.
Yes.
Or already out?
It's in our Explorer, showed up 100 million numbers waiting to be distributed to all the QLC holders. So the time actually scheduled to start the distribution is May the 28th. People in our community group have already asking like, how can I get this QGAS to be airdropped to my wallet? First of all, don't worry, we will have a step-by-step guide released because it's not that straightforward. QLC now is still an EP5 token, and Go QLC is actually a multidimensional block lattice, which is a DAX structure. So actually, at the current stage, we're building the cross-chain interoperation protocol with the NEO team, where our developers, backend developers, is working closely with the NEO team to complete this protocol, estimately by the end of this month, so people can actually stake their NEP5 QLC on the Go QLC wallet, and they can select, I will stake this QLC for how long, 3 months, 6 months, and our contract will start calculating and start to airdrop corresponding amount of QLC to their Go QLC, corresponding amount of gas in their wallet. Mm-hmm. So that's how it works. And also, that's the first way of getting this QGAS. By staking QLC, you will get the gas. And the second way is you can run as a miner node. So QLC, as I said, is a DAX structure because we want to facilitate very, very large volume of transactions and fast transactions. We adopt this structure, but at the same time, we added another layer, which is a miner's layer to secure the ledgers, the integrity of the ledgers. So people will still need to compete proof of work to get the right for packaging all these transactions as a block. So there will be miners nodes in this whole QLC system as well, and the miners will earn QGAS as well. That is 3% of the total, 3% of 100 million QGAS per year, which is around a little bit more than 8,000 QGAS per day. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Yeah. So securing network, and then everybody loves, the gas structure where you get rewarded for staking and holding, and yeah, everybody loves that structure.
Yeah. So it's actually, the gas is actually consumed. We are expecting, as I said, this is very, very good summary. Like if we are bringing a large amount of enterprises on board, there are services like the SMS clearance will require to clear to consume gas, and that's actually one of the most important reasons why Monet is actually purchasing QLC from the market, because they don't want to purchase the QGAS directly from the secondary market. It's probably going to be much higher initially when they have business coming in, but the supply of QGAS is actually quite limited. Mm-hmm. So that's probably the reason that 2 million US sales has already been signed. And also the Confidant itself, if people are using it, it also consumes gas. So these are the consumption of gas. So people need to actually stake more and more to generate more and more gas, and also miners need to work harder to generate gas. So it's actually, the demand actually shows up earlier than the supply in this case, I would say.
Very cool, very cool. I talk about all the time on the channel, simple economics, supply and demand. So if the demand's already there, then, that can affect price. Yeah. But not financial advice. I never give financial advice. Yeah. So, let's see. Anything else with what else is going on? Anything else going on, or we pretty much cover all the updates going on with QLC Chain?
I think we covered
Mhm.
most of the point. One point
Mhm.
else to be added is like QLC as well as the QGAS IOU. If people don't understand what IOU is, people can Google that. It's really complicated to explain it on the video. So
Mhm.
they will be listed on a Taiwan headquartered exchange called Bit Assets in probably 10-15 days. So that's another update that we would like to share to you all.
Very cool. Very cool. So it sounds like you guys have been working on a lot of stuff. You've been up to some improvements since the last time we had you on the channel.
Yes, last time it was June that we just started from the WinQ to QLC chain, building all this telecom public chain. That was a starting point. And yeah, now we have like a clearer picture of what's going on. We have partners on board, we have project rolling out. So it's gonna be a great year for us in 2019, I would say, because it's the year that we are actually starting to generate revenue. We're gonna sell the confident, we're gonna sell the solution to the enterprises saying, hey, we already, because if you're reading the news, these carriers, like telecom news, the carriers are tapping into this blockchain industry, wondering what is blockchain can do for them.
Mhm.
One thing that I noticed back in 2016, when I first get into this industry, I read this Deloitte report, and it listed what blockchain can do for carriers, including identity as a service, because you have all these customers. You can actually do the authentication for the customers instead of like the ID of the customers being allocated by Google and Facebook. So online identifications, when you're registering for an app, they're offering you, are you registering in Google account or your Facebook account or your email, like this G plus. So Deloitte is saying, like, by using blockchain technology, you can actually offer these services to all these applications because you have already registered all these clients. Why are you not utilizing it? Because you don't have this platform and technology.
Mhm.
So they're also saying, oh, you can do all this inter-carrier clearance thing. As I mentioned, it was SMS, but another thing, which is another market that was quite huge, and we're also planning to tackle, is data clearance, like roaming. When I'm traveling to UK, I'm traveling to US. Actually, I'm the AT&T will do the billing with People's the China Mobile every month. So this also actually very, very costly, and the market is very not transparent because they don't know what's really happening right there. Is people give them a bill, hey, this is what's happening on your side, give me the money. So they don't know what is actually happening. So there are a lot of potential of blockchain being applied in this telecom industry, and we are really glad that they have already wondering what's
Mhm.
the solution. India and UK, Europe have already saying, oh, we are exploring how can this be happening and help the carriers. And we can stand out and say, hey, here's the solution. You want to try out? And if it is not exactly what you need, hey, let's tweak a little things. It's like we are a small startup, we're quite flexible. Let's tweak a little things because you're our clients. Sure, no problem, because we are actually the what we call avant-garde of this industry. We're making the standardization. After a while, maybe half in a year, GSMA will say, hey, let's make the telecom blockchain standard according to QLC one. Bravo, that will be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So you kind of get to create in this space, be the forerunners of everything. So you mentioned a couple times that you may be looking for people to kind of help you if they are in a certain area that you're looking for. What's the best way for them to contact you, to reach out to you?
Well, there is, well, let me just give my email, toya@qlink.mobi. That's my email. That's the most direct way of contacting me. Alternatively, people can join our Telegram group. I'm also, like, every day I'm wondering on that, and people can at Toya and say, summon me out, and I will come out and explain things.
Yes, summon Toya, please.
Yes.
All right, awesome. Well, I think that pretty much covers most of the stuff. Anything else you wanted to mention before we go?
Not to mention, I will remind everyone else what other things that is happening. Just please keep an eye on QLC Chain, everyone, because we are moving really, really fast. Monet is publishing all this explanations why they are adopting QLC Chain, their technology advantages, slicing, like later slicing technologies. So we are keeping up of posting all this news. Well, I would remind people to sign up their email. So I will give them updates in time. So because it's fantastic time for us, especially this period of time.
Awesome. Well, great. Thanks so much for joining us today, Toya.
Thank you, Randall.
All right,
It's great.
peace.